For example, if you are having the multiple PDFs, 10 PDFs, 20 PDFs, 30 PDFs, everything, all the PDFs will be loaded. So how many PDFs or how many text documents you are having? Keep all the text documents in a single folder and give the path of that single folder, and it is going to load the entire data here. Is the point is clear? This is the way where we are going to load the data. So now here, this is my first step. Load the company's data. What are the company's data is there? In the earlier example, I have shown you .txt files. Now in this class, I am going to show you the PDF files. How to load the PDF files. Okay. Now, once I have loaded the data, what are the PDF files are there? Just I am going to check the length of docs. Length of docs means nothing but number of pages. Okay. Now, it is throwing the error. What is the error means? No module on that PDF because earlier when I am trying to execute this one, it was stopped in between. Let me re-execute this. Because first this part has to be installed. After this has to be installed. After that, PDF will be installed. So it is taking the time for installing everything one by one. We have to wait. Obviously, we have to wait. Anyone executing simultaneously along with me? Online students, anyone? Already I have uploaded for you the chartbot.ipnb file also, right? Anyone is trying along with me? You have to upgrade. That is dependency error. Dependency error is nothing but upgradation. You have to do the upgradation. Yeah, pip install, upgrade. Now for you, this is working. First, PDF was completed. Installation of this one is completed for you. Leela Krishna, the first line. The first line installation was completed. If that is executed, then that will be executed. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me check why it is taking this much of time. I'm restarting the kernel and just give me a minute. I'm checking myself where is the problem. Again, I'm getting here only. It is getting downloaded. We have to wait, obviously. Yeah, Chetan, Python 3, change it to T4 GPU. This one. Yeah, earlier I have changed, but it is showing the same. I have tried that one only. Let me re-execute. Let me take one more time. I'm restarting completely. T4 GPU. So now it is allocating the runtime. Okay, now connecting to the T4 Python 3. Yeah, now it is T4 Python 3. Now let us execute here. Yes. Guys, anyone could you try from your end? I'm assuming it is a network issue or something because it has executed earlier in my, when I'm executing my home, it was executed successfully without kind of any error. And it has not took this much of time also there. Could anyone try from your end now, please? Taking a lot of time at the same code at my end too. Okay, your end also is same. How to check my drive path? Wherever you have added in your drive, you will be added somewhere, right? In your Google Drive, where you have added. Just this is your Google Drive. In the Google Drive, of course, now it is not there. Again, I have restarted now. Again, I have to mount. Okay, just let's try in this way. Why it is taking this much of time? It's mounted but not showing. Okay, let's try 1 minute. Let's give me 1 minute of time. From here to here, I'll keep in a separate code. The sentence transformers, chroma db, and py-pdf. Okay, let me keep all these things here. Just give me a minute, guys. And let me install this separately. And what are the balance is there? That is Python community, LangChain community, LangChain core, LangChain classic. All these things let us install separately. Okay, this was installed with no, okay, not a problem. LangChain community and LangChain classic. LangChain core, LangChain community, LangChain classic. Okay, let us install all of them. Done. Now, from google.colab, I'm going to import the drive and I'm going to drive.mount. Drive.mount means it is going to connect to my Google Drive. And what are the email ID I have provided to that particular Google Drive it is trying to connect. And once it is connected, now I can see my data, my drive. Once it is successfully completed, now here you can see here in the folder, you can see the drive. So once you click on the drive, your entire drive will be visible here. This is drive, inside the drive, my drive. So inside the my drive, your folder, what is the folder name? AI and ML class by SRK. This is your folder. So inside this particular folder, inside this particular folder, that is AI and ML class, this one, inside this there is generative AI. Click on this, and inside the generative AI, here medical chatbot is a folder. Click on the medical chatbot, and once you click on this medical chatbot, then you will find the PDF, diabetics.pdf. Now copy the path and paste here. Automatically it will be executed. Okay, once it is executed and once the data was loaded, here once you have mounted the data, what are the PDF data is there? Once you have loaded the data here, it will be successfully executed. So just check in which folder you have kept in your Google Drive, that particular file, what are the file is there, where you have allotted that file. And once it is loaded, the document is loaded, I'm just checking the length of documents. It is saying that total 23 pages document. Now, after loading the data, now I'm going to do the chunks. For converting that one into the chunks, I'm using the LangChain underscore text splitters and recursive characters text splitter. And within the recursive characters text splitter, chunk size is equal to 100, chunk overlap is equal to 20. And I'm going to do the chunks. I'm going to divide the data into the multiple chunks. And just I'm cross-checking what is the total number of chunks I have got. The total number of chunks are 179. So first step was completed, that is loading the data. And the second step is also completed, that is dividing the data into the chunks. Two things are completed. Now third one is converting the chunks into the vector format by using the embedded model. So here to use that embedded models, I require the API. What are the token is there? So here I'm going to provide my token. What are the HF token is there? I'm providing the HF token here. And after providing the HF token, that is Hugging Face token, once I have provided, then I'm going to use from LangChain underscore community dot embeddings. I'm going to use the import sentence transformer embeddings. In the sentence transformer embeddings, I'm going to use the model name. This is the model name. Already I have shown you earlier. So this is the model which is used. So I'm just copying this model name. What are the model name is available here? Just I'm copying that particular model name. And after copying that particular model name here, and I'm going to use for the embedding. Now, what are the data? Chunks is there, right? My chunks is the data. Now, this chunks has to be done with embeddings. And after doing the chunks with embeddings, it has to be stored in the database. So for that reason, here I'm going to choose the Chroma database. The database which I'm going to choose is Chroma. So from LangChain underscore community dot vector stores, I'm going to import the Chroma database. And within the Chroma database, I'm going to provide my chunks and along with the embeddings. So what happens here? In a single shot, it is going to convert the chunks into the embeddings. At the same time, it is going to store that one in the Chroma database directly. So chunks along with the embeddings, and I'm going to store in the Chroma database. Now, I want to check myself whether it is working properly or not. To check myself, guys, it is purely to check myself. Up to here, this step is completed. Store into the vector database is completed. First chunks are converted to a vectors, that is embedded model, and it was stored in the vector database. 4 steps are completed. Now, before moving on to the bot or change concept, I want to cross check myself whether it is working properly and how it is working. So for that reason, what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to write one query and I'm asking what is diabetics. And I'm asking to check the similarity score, and based on the similarity score, I'm asking to extract the data. So based on the similarity score, it has extracted the data. Here I'm having the data, but I don't want the data in this way. I want the top 5 records. It is going to extract multiple records. So here I'm going to write the vector store. What are the vector store as retriever? I want the top 5 records. Top 5. So which are the top 5 similarity score wise? As per the similarity score wise, which are the top 5? Only those records I'm going to get. So this is document 1, document 2, document 3, document 4 and document 5. Total 5 top documents which are having the similarity. And here is the matter. What are the types of diabetics and what are the question we ask now? What is diabetics? The concept is there, right? For that question, it has given the output like this. In one page, one answer is there. Now it has to be converted as a model, summarization. For converting this one as summarization, I am going to create here LLM model. Here is the actual point. So to use this LLM model, this LLM llama CPP, this one to use this one, I'm installing that one. So here is the model. So from Hugging Face, what are the Hugging Face is there? From the Hugging Face, I'm using the model name. This is the model name. That particular model name I'm going to use as my LLM model. Once I have used this one as a LLM model, what happens after this? My model was created. Okay. Once the model was done, now here I'm going to create the chain. Can you see here the chain? In the chain, first one is prompt, second one is LLM, third one is string output parser. Now what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to create the retriever. what are the retriever? Retriever means where it has to extract. What it has to extract means what are the query we have passed. So the what are the query we have passed here? Runnable pass query. So it is going to pass. So here we are going to use the template. I'm going to create one template. So here is the template. What is the template is? So the template is nothing but context. So what is the context? What is the context is? This is the context. I have written the context like this. What is the context means? You are a medical assistant. Please be truthful and give the answers properly. Okay. I have given as the context like this. Starting, I have given the context in this way. Now the user is going to provide the query, and what are the query was provided to the user, the assistant is going to give the output. This is the template. Understood? The template is clear. First you are going to create the context. What is the context? This is the context. Whatever I have written here, that is only the context. You are a medical assistant bot. You are a medical assistant bot. Please be truthful and give the answers. Why I am writing this? Please be truthful and give the answers means it should not be overfitted or biased. Sometimes what happens means, have you observed or not, I don't know. When you are asking some questions to the ChatGPT, it will try to give the answers from your point of view. It will have some kind of bias type. If you ask some kind of questions, this one, that is better, this one is better, I am feeling like that. If you give some questions like this, it will say that is only better option, go with that. It will not be of one-sided. It will be some kind of bias, making that whatever you are feeling is correct. Have you observed in the ChatGPT or not, I don't know. Okay, where you are going to have some kind of bias. So instead of removing that bias or one side, so here I am writing the context is please be truthful and give the answers. Don't be on one side. So whenever I open the Gemini or chatbot or anything, whenever I'm asking my personal questions, see, subject related questions means for you and for me answers will be the same. It cannot take the bias or one side. When I'm asking some kind of, can you recommend for me some medicines for the diabetics? It will recommend, assume. If I say oppositely, for example, it has recommended for me some kind of medical, some tablet, some particular tablet it has recommended. Now, if I say in the, as the input, if I give the input, instead of this tablet, can I take another tablet? Instead of this tablet, doctor has prescribed for me this tablet. If I write the sentence, immediately what it will tell you, know, that is only better option. Doctor has properly analyzed for your body. This is the best option. It will automatically change the words. Before to that, it will tell the different tablet. Suddenly, when I say that instead of this doctor has recommended for me means automatically it will change everything. If you want, you can cross check in the Gemini or ChatGPT. Okay. Now, it is going to have one-sided some kind of bias or something. So clearly, I will say that don't be biased or be truthful and give the answers. Means if I add this statement in the ChatGPT and if I ask the same question earlier, what are the tablet it has recommended? If I said doctor has prescribed for me this one, then what it will give the output, you know? Okay, though that is also a good tablet, but damn this is the better tablet. Now it will give the different answer. If you ask that don't be biased, don't get overfitted or something, miss, it will give the different answer. If you don't say that one, miss, it will try to give the answer towards your thing. So that is the reason just we added this one. If you are interested, you can add. If you are not interested, you don't need to add. That is your choice. Right? Now, coming to the user is going to provide the query and the assistant is going to give the answer. Now here, first one is chat prompt template. I'm going to take the chat prompt template and the template is this one. This is the template. Already we have discussed earlier what is meant by chat prompt template. If you remember, we have discussed in the OpenAI chat prompt template in the OpenAI. And in the OpenAI chat prompt template, we are having the user, okay, system message and user question. And we are going to close. Do you remember this one? In the OpenAI chat prompt template, starting system will be there. You are an assistant. Please provide the answers. And user is going to give the query. What are the question is there? What are the chat prompt template we have discussed earlier? So based on that, it is going to give the output. So here, my chat prompt template, from the template, it is going to take this template. This is the format of template. Okay. And here context is retriever. What is retriever? Earlier I have written the retriever as my vector. So this is my retriever, guys. If I go back, this is my retriever. It is going to extract the top 5. Write in the notes clearly. Okay. Retriever extracting top 5 based on similarity search. Retriever is extracting the top 5 based on the similarity search. That is retriever. Retriever is that one. Now, okay. Next one is context. What is context? Context is don't be biased. Asking the machine, don't be biased. Don't be biased. That is context, right? And model. So here I am going to give the question. What are the prompt I am going to provide? Prompt. In the prompt you are going to give the query, user query. Here query is there, right? That query is your input. Query is your input. Okay. So prompt was given and that particular prompt will be given to the retriever. This prompt will go to the retriever. I am writing on the top. So for your understanding, better understanding, I am writing on the top. Okay, prompt is nothing but query, which is nothing but input. So this prompt will go to the retriever and the retriever will give the output of top 5 chunks. And these top 5 chunks, whatever was there, it is going to give to the LLM model. And the LLM model finally will give the output of text. So here I have written the same. Context is retriever and where it has to query. What are the queries there? The query is here in the prompt. What are the template we have given? Here the query it has to execute. Whatever it has to run is query. The run is query. It has to run the query and what are the query? It has to retrieve and the retrieval has to go to the LLM model and that LLM model has to be passed to the string output parser. Is the point is clear? Now what is this code, sir? Okay, this code I'm going to explain once again. Okay, I'm just trying to copy here. So here you are going to get this code represents the RAG chain. It's a concept of RAG and chain, which is the part of LCEL. So here where you are going to get the context of the retriever, where it triggers the retriever to fetch the relevant document chunks. So from the vector database, relevant chunks you are going to retrieve. Query means what are the query you have provided in the prompt template, in the template. So here you are going to give the context and query, right? So what are the query you have provided? It has to pass that query into this one, into the retriever. Into the retriever it has to pass. And what are the output it has given? That is LLM. And the LLM is nothing but large language model. And finally, it is going to give the output of message. It is going to extract as plain text content for your final result. Okay. Now, so in order to execute this one, okay, I have shown you the step by step, but I have not executed, right? So in order to execute this one now, first I have to execute this. To execute this one, here I am going to use this pip install and I have to execute this one. What are the balance first left? This is only taking too much of time, right? Let me execute. Once it is getting executed only, we can do anything. You have to see the final output, miss, it has to get executed. That is the only option. Let me execute one more time. Now everyone, after the today's class, once today's class was completed, it will execute. I assume that it will be executed now this time very fastly. I'm assuming. Let me cross check. So after this class, I request everyone of you to write all the concepts whatever we have discussed in the class, like Chartvolama or chart prompt template or chart completion API, like this, so many things along with the multiple projects we have discussed, right? I request everyone to write all the list of projects which are completed in the class. I want list of projects which are completed in the class apart from ML. Apart from ML, how many projects we have completed? I want the list of project titles. Tomorrow, not today, tomorrow, before entering to tomorrow's class. Guys, could you try from your end this one? Installation. Why it is taking this much of time, I don't know. Anyone has tried? Earlier one student has told that I have tried. Still it is working. I think that Naval successful, right? Okay, it has taken more time, but it was successful. Okay, let me wait then. Llama model is taking most of the time, 12 minutes. Naval, more amount of time. Okay, guys, I have shared the code for you. Could you please execute from your end? We will continue from here in the tomorrow's class. 100% I will continue from here in the tomorrow's class, and whatever the yesterday's we have got the error in the Gradio, that one also I'm going to show you. After showing you successfully both of them, then only we'll move on to the further topic. Okay, both of them I'll show you successfully. Clear? It is taking time. Tomorrow what I will do is tomorrow first I will execute successfully in my home without closing the laptop or without closing the session. I'll bring as it is like that. So once I re-execute now, it will not download freshly. Right? That will be taking very less amount of time. So I will do that. Unexpectedly, I have closed the session today. Tomorrow I will not close the session and I will bring the laptop directly to Naresh IT campus. Then we can do. Yeah, let me execute. Leela Krishna, I'm still here only. Let me execute that. we'll completely successful. We'll complete the code without showing any kind of errors. Yesterday's and today's, both of them. Then we'll move on to the further. Yeah, the problem is when we are working with this kind of LLM models, one is huge amounts of data. It will take more amount of time and more amount of processing. That is a problem with the LLM models. It will take more amount of time for executing. Right. Yeah, we'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class. But I will show you both of them. After showing you both of them successfully, that last one and this one, both of them, then only we'll continue to the further topic. Okay.